is Titiana. I am a brand new YouTuber. I actually have been blogging for about half of a year now, and I decided to add a YouTube channel to my blog. My blog's name is Titiana Love and the love is with two V's. .blogspot.com. I will put the link with the description in my description box below. Another thing about me, or well, I guess this channel, please, number one, subscribe. Like I said, I'm brand new to YouTube, so any love would be much appreciated. I'm going to be blogging about, well, YouTubing and blogging about things that correlate to life, faith, and love. Most of my blog posts that I've made over the past half of a year or so, I'm going to start making YouTube videos on them because I've realized some people, not everyone likes to read, and some people like videos versus reading them. I also might dabble a little bit with some natural hair videos because I'm currently working in my natural hair, trying to grow it out. I just kind of did a little cornrows and it's looped around, but I'm going to first start off just like making videos in regards to life, faith, and love. Some of my blog posts that I posted is things, for instance, my most recent one was on how to overcome jealousy, which is something that I feel like, let's be real, we're all human. We've struggled with something like that before. Time management, life gets hectic, knowing how to balance your time wisely. 3, you're dealing with relationship issues, and there's another woman in the picture. It's figuring out that she's not the problem, it's him. So, you know, being wisely, knowing how to handle that. And I've also randomly posted a blog about how to lose stubborn belly fat. So as you can see, I will be making videos and blogging about a variety of different things. Before we get into the topic for today, which this recent blog and YouTube video I'm making today is about toxic relationships. Yes, relationships that are poisonous and suck the life out of you. We got to get rid of those. But before we get into that, I guess maybe you want to know a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Titiana. I have spent most of my life in Minnesota, but I was born in Cameroon. I'm a pharmacy student, about halfway done, so still pushing, still grinding, but I know that with time I'll be done. And now you know a little bit about myself. This video
might be like a little awkward because I'm still learning. It's my first YouTube video, so...
But anyways, we're going to go into toxic relationships. Like I said, please subscribe or also go to my blog and follow me over there. And I also have Snapchat, Instagram. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Snapchat, my Snapchat name is Titiana_love, and my Instagram name is the same thing, Titiana_love. So definitely check me out in those places. Now let's go into the topic for today. Try to make this video as quick as possible. I was debating between like glasses, no glasses, like I don't know, because I kind of need these to see. So I think maybe we'll just, for this video, we'll stick with the glasses. But so toxic relationships. What are toxic relationships? Pretty much the 3 things that I'm going to be focusing on. Also, this is just like a brief overview. If you want more details about toxic relationships, definitely go check out my blog. I go more into detail. But first and foremost, we're going to go into what a toxic relationship is, the difference between seasonal relationships and long-term relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean friendships as well. How to identify a toxic relationship. And lastly, how to cut that toxic relationship. How do we get rid of it out of our lives? Because let's be real. A lot of times, life, yes, we are responsible for our own decisions. But the people who we surround ourselves with really can influence where we're going tomorrow. So you want to surround yourself around people who are encouraging, uplifting, motivational, positive energy, and people who are go-getters. You don't want to be surrounded by people who are sucking the life out of you or holding you back from you being your full potential and being who you've been called to be. But anyways, let's get into it. For instance, what is a toxic relationship? Some of y'all may be in toxic relationships right now. So pretty much a synonym for the word toxic is poison. And poison is something that kills you. Like if you are in a toxic relationship for too long, it can kill you. And sometimes we think of death as just physical death. Some can lead to physical death, but it can also you can die mentally. You can die emotionally where you just get numb. There are different types of death that we can experience from being in a toxic relationship, which is poisonous to us. You can even die with creativity because you're or become stressed, depressed, just because we're in such a long-term toxic relationship that's just sucking the life out of us. The difference between a seasonal and a long-term relationship is or friendship, because a lot of us sometimes we drag relationships that should have just been seasonal to long term, and that they're not toxic. And a seasonal relationship is, for instance, it's a relationship where you start a new job, that you're there for a short period of time, or you start in a new team. Let's say you're an athlete. Center myself a little bit. You're an athlete and you meet a friend while you're playing the sport, and once the season is done, you guys no longer talk, or the relationship is not there as much, or you move from that job, or you move neighborhoods, and that friendship or that you had or that relationship kind of ends. A long-term relationship is one that, regardless of where life takes you guys you're inseparable. Like, you still have that relationship, you still have that connection, which is very, very important. But some of us, we will have a toxic relationship that's seasonal, but we don't know how to cut it. So we drag this baby on for a long term, and that's not okay, and that's not healthy. So now we've differentiated between what we've seen what a toxic relationship is, the difference between long-term and short-term relationships. Now, how do we identify a toxic relationship? Like I said, I'm going through these briefly. If you want more in detail, definitely go check out my blog. But what I'm giving here is still applicable. It's still enough information that you can apply and can help you to cut off a toxic relationship if you're in one. So number one, how to identify is you always feel like you're the one giving in the relationship, and it's never being reciprocated back. So you're pouring, the person wants this, you're giving, but it's like they're not giving back to you. It's like you're giving and giving to the point that you get empty, that nothing is being given back. Or this person only contacts you in their convenience or when they need something. Or a healthy relationship should be one that you can go to vent or release your stress. Once this relationship becomes constantly adding more stress into your life, it has officially become toxic. Because our relationships, our friendships, a lot of times you want to call someone, oh, I need a vent, get this off my chest. But once that person is like constantly, you'll have your stress and struggles or arguments in relationships. But once it's a constant thing, honey, that relationship is toxic and it's not healthy anymore. Another thing to identify is any type of physical or verbal abuse in a relationship is toxic. You need to get out of it. Or if you feel like you cannot simply be yourself while you're in that relationship, that's another indication that it's a bit toxic. Because when you're whoever you're with, or people, especially who you call your intimate friends, you should just be able to be yourself. Just be authentic and raw, and that's so important in life. And if you can't be that way, and you call them your close friend, then it's toxic. Those are just like a few examples. Maybe I didn't list an example of your relationship, your scenario, but I would just trust your gut instinct. If you feel like you're in a toxic relationship, you probably are if your gut is telling you that. So now we've discussed a few things to identify. Now, how do we cut a toxic relationship? Well, honestly, I'm totally into the whole Band-Aid method or analogy. When we think about a Band-Aid, the slower we rip it off from our body, the slower we take it off, the more it's going to hurt. But the quicker we are to tear it off, the less pain we're going to feel in the long run. And I feel the same way about toxic relationships. Now, depending on how long you've been in this toxic relationship for will determine how quickly you recover. Some of us, for instance, like I said, we've dragged the seasonal relationship to a long toxic relationship, and once you cut it, you're still going to feel some pain for a while, especially if it's something that's been long term. But if it's been a short couple months or 1 month kind of thing and you cut it, okay, of course you bounce back quicker. But be patient with yourself once you're recovering or healing from this relationship. So first and foremost, before you start cutting anything, make sure that you've communicated with the person what's going on. So for instance, if you have, sorry, my camera is about to fall a little bit. Let me just fix it there. I think we're good. I hope we're good. Okay. So for instance, if you're in this relationship and you don't like the person, you don't like what the person's doing. For instance, you have a friend who gossips all the time, and you're like, okay, this is sucking the life out of me because I don't like talking about so-and-so or anything like that. So for instance, so you communicate with this person first before you kind of like, hey, I really don't like it when you talk about this, or I really don't like it how you treat me this way. I really don't like how you are like this with when you get angry or anything like that. And if they don't change, or if it's still continually the same habits that are happening, then you need to cut it. Then you need to cut that. So then you make that decision. Okay, they're not changing. Then you mentally get yourself ready. Like, okay, I'm ready to cut this person. I'm ready to cut this relationship out of my life. I would tell someone else who's close to you, so you have a good support system to get through it, because it's not easy cutting people out of your life, especially if this is someone who you've been close to. It's gonna hurt, but I believe that it's all for our good. Once you cut something that's toxic, it makes room for something better to come. It makes room for something even healthier to come. I got a first YouTube video, so I'm still figuring out the camera, but we're figuring it out. Oh my goodness, the struggle is a little bit real right now. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I would do it in a public area. If you're afraid for your safety, for your life, I would contact the person like, hey, can we meet in so-and-so place? And I would just let them know you meet in that place, somewhere where you can get a ride back safely, or you can drive back and not be afraid. So you can just be like, hey, I've told you about this, and I feel like it's the same habit, it's the same routine that keeps happening, and nothing has changed after I've told you. And I can't be in a relationship like this. It's sucking the life out of me, and it's not healthy for me. It's not making me the best me that I can be, and I cannot be in this anymore. I cannot be in this friendship. I cannot be in this relationship. It can't happen anymore. Now, if the person truly values you and truly loves you, they'll be like, oh crap, they're about to leave me. I can't live without them. No, but seriously, if they value you and they see that you're about to leave them, they will change if they really love and appreciate you. But if they don't change, then that means they don't care about you. And it's even more good riddance, because you don't want people in your life that are not going to fight for you. You don't want people in your life that don't value you. So if they don't change, then good. Cut. And during that healing time, just have that good support system. Be patient with yourself. Go out, do fun things, try different things you've never done before. Recover. I go into a little bit more detail in my blog, but that's pretty much what I know. I've gotten into a little bit about toxic relationships, how to cut it, how to identify what they are. But like I said, that's the end of this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm still growing, still learning, but I definitely am passionate about what I'm doing. Definitely leave me suggestions or comments or anything that you would like for me to blog more or YouTube make more videos about. I'm going to start making videos for my other topics. One I'm mostly looking forward to is she's not the problem. She's not the problem. It's him. My relationship blog that I made. But definitely, again, my name is Titiana. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. I have Facebook, Titiana_love.com, and please subscribe to my channel. I can't speak today. Anyways, much love to you guys. I will see you in my next video.